Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that is quite literally a paradigm shift in education. We're going to unpack exactly why Senior English 4 has been radically redesigned from the ground up, and the focus? Completely on holistic student development. But here's the most important part for you, as school administrators and leaders. We are going to lay out exactly why your presence at the end of your showcase isn't just, a nice-to-have bonus. It is an absolute, non-negotiable, vital piece of the puzzle. Because really, this isn't just a curriculum update, it's a complete transformation in how we send our graduates out into the world.
So, here is our roadmap for today. We're going to start by looking beyond traditional English, map out the four-quarter journey, dive into the mechanics of becoming, see how we document all that growth, and finally arrive at the Senior Impact Showcase. We're going to break this whole thing down step by step so you can see exactly how it aligns with your ultimate vision for our graduates.
All right, Section 1. Beyond traditional English. Let's dig into the massive philosophical shift that's driving this entire new curriculum. Okay, picture this. It's day one of the course, and the teacher sets a completely different tone right out of the gate. They tell the students, sure, we're going to read challenging literature, we're going to get ready for college, and your writing is absolutely going to improve. But then they drop this line. This class has a purpose that reaches beyond earning a grade. I love that. It instantly hooks you, right? Because it moves the goalpost. We're not talking about temporary memorization anymore. We're talking about lifelong character and identity formation. Every single piece of literature they study is going to be a tool to explore what it really means to be human. We're talking courage, truth, justice, sacrifice, the whole shebang.
Instead of just asking students, hey, what happened in Chapter 4? The curriculum forces them to constantly grapple with this one really profound question. Who am I becoming? The reality presented to these seniors is that, none of them are staying the same. Every single day they're becoming someone. The question isn't whether they're changing, it's what's actually shaping that change. Are the voices they listen to helping them grow, or are they kind of pulling them off course? Are their daily habits building the character they want to have as adults? This one single question is the engine driving the entire academic year.
Moving right along to Section 2, the four-quarter journey. Let's look at the actual roadmap.
What's really fascinating here is how this proves that character development isn't just some administrative buzzword. It's a highly intentional, incredibly organized path tied directly to classic literature. Look at how this flows. Quarter 1 tackles identity and becoming, anchoring on C.S. Lewis's The Screwtape Letters to show how subtle thoughts and everyday choices influence who we are. Then boom, Quarter 2 moves into truth and discernment, bringing in George Orwell's Animal Farm to look at how language and deception shape societies. Quarter 3 pivots to faithful courage and conviction, using heavy-hitting historical text to prove that courage is actually found in our daily choices. And finally, Quarter 4 wraps up by challenging students with legacy and kingdom influence, letting them choose text to determine how they're going to impact their own communities. It is such a brilliant sequential build.
Now, as administrators, you're probably wondering, how do teachers actually instruct and measure something as abstract as character? That brings us to Section 3, the mechanics of becoming.
This is the exact step-by-step framework we teach the seniors, showing them that identity isn't just magic, it's forged gradually through critical thinking and choices. Early in the year, they do this great activity called Looking Back to Move Forward. They map out their lifetime line, analyzing how their past experiences led to specific thoughts. Those thoughts inform their choices, repeated choices turned into habits. Those habits form their character, and ultimately that character forged their identity. We are explicitly teaching them that transformation doesn't happen overnight, it happens through hundreds of totally ordinary everyday decisions. Once they grasp this mechanical breakdown of identity, they use literature to examine these exact stages in fictional characters, and then, here's the kicker, they reflect those lessons right back onto their own lives.
And of course, leadership loves measurable growth over time, right? Which brings us to Section 4, documenting student growth.
The big takeaway here is that we are totally moving away from disposable homework. Actually, scratch that. We're basically evolving past it. Instead, we require students to curate a year-long portfolio that documents their measurable growth. In a traditional class, you do an assignment, you get a grade, you stuff it in your locker, and you forget it. Not here. In this redesigned course, every major assignment becomes part of the Becoming Project portfolio. Students learn to view their work not as isolated chores, but as chapters in their own continuous story of growth. They're literally building a documented history of how their thinking has matured over their senior year.
Just take a look at the actual artifacts required in this portfolio. You can see right away that the academic rigor of an advanced English class is totally intact, but it's seamlessly integrated with profound personal reflection. We've got the heavy academic lifters, serious literary analyses, and robust research projects, but they're sitting right alongside identity reflections, Socratic seminar debriefs, and personal mission statements. The beauty of this is that students are mastering how to support ideas with evidence and evaluate different perspectives, which are absolutely essential college prep skills, but they're applying those exact skills to figure out who they are becoming. It's this incredible dual engine of academic and personal excellence.
All of this hard work builds to the ultimate climax of their academic journey. Let's look at Section 5, the Senior Impact Showcase, the grand finale.
Let me be clear, this is not just your run-of-the-mill simple class presentation. No way. This is a profound exhibition of a student's entire developmental journey. It's a living testament to your school's mission. At the end of the year, their Becoming Project portfolio doesn't just sit in a digital folder somewhere. The students participate in this high-stakes showcase, standing up in front of their peers, their teachers, and you, the leadership. They share how literature challenged their thinking, how their writing leveled up, and how their entire worldview matured. Instead of us asking what grade they got on a paper 3 months ago, they are delivering a cohesive, articulate defense of their growth as readers, writers, and leaders. And this is exactly why your attendance at this showcase as administrators is an absolute must. You have to be there, because it lets you witness firsthand the successful execution of your vision for these graduating students. When leadership walks into that room, it sends a massive, undeniable message to the students. It says, we care about the person you have become, not just the test scores you churned out. These seniors have spent an entire year reflecting on their influences, tearing into complex literature, and charting their growth. When you are in the room actively listening to their presentations, you are validating all that hard work and completely reinforcing the core values of your institution.
So, I want to leave you with this final, vital question to consider as we think about how we celebrate the legacy we're building here together. If our ultimate goal is to shape discerning leaders of character, can we really afford to miss the very moment they prove who they have become? This senior English curriculum has done the heavy lifting. It's integrated academic rigor with profound identity formation. Now it's up to leadership to show up, listen, and honor the incredible journey these students have taken. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really look forward to seeing every single one of you at the showcase.